So I just returned from a location visit in Cologne, which is a city nearby, and tomorrow I'm going to photograph an event over there. It's a speakers event called TED Talk. It's TEDx Cologne. I don't really go there for the great photos, but what I do is I photograph the people on stage, and after their speech I take them to backstage, to what I call the media corner. It's where I set up my big softbox or flash, and over there I'm shooting a portrait of them, and then we exchange business cards, and then we start talking. So this is how I connect to these people, and that's the real fun on TED Talks or on events like that. You connect with really awesome people who are in the media and so on. So actually they need photographers every now and then at least, and TED Talks are just jam-packed with great thought-provoking content. So if you haven't joined the TED Talk yet, at least go to, I think it's TED.com, and watch the videos over there. That's really worth watching. So tomorrow is a day in Cologne. I'm going to photograph that, and like always, I prepared a little bit. I went on location, even though it takes me an hour to drive over there, but it really pays off. So after work, really tired, I was still driving to Cologne with my little checklist in hand, and I was scouting the location, seeing everything, where is everything, what do I need tomorrow, and now I'm feeling much more prepared. And I wanted to walk you through the checklist. What did I check? What did I not check? And I will give you the download of this checklist. So what's on the checklist first? Parking space and distance to the set. That's what I check first, because I arrive with my car and I've got a lot of gear with me. I try to keep the gear slim, but boy, every time I'm taking a lot of gear with me. Parking space in that location, it seemed to be easy. They've got a parking garage. But when I got there, I saw, this parking garage is only open until 7 p.m. and the event tomorrow will be until 8:30, 9, maybe 10, who knows. Today I was there quite late, so it would get later than 7 p.m. So this parking garage, that wasn't quite it. I parked right in front of the door and then asked the stop over there, where can I park tomorrow, and so on. And then we figured it out. And I tried to get a parking space which is very close as possible to the set, so that I don't have to carry the tons of gear too far. I found a nice parking space, so that is fine. Next thing, point number 2 that I check is electric power. I'm running around there with my camera and I'm setting up this media corner with a flash, and that's all battery driven. However, there are times when I need to recharge a battery. There are times when my phone might run out of battery. Tomorrow I want to film with my iPhone, and then I want to do a periscope from over there as well, if the technology is okay, if I got a good data connection and stuff. So sooner or later my telephone might run out of power, and the replacement battery is not strong enough to load it quickly. So I want to have electric power, and that's usually the second thing that I search on location. Where's power? And I saw next to my corner I can have power, but I have to bring a multi-plug, because there's something plugged in, a kind of lamp, and I can plug in a multi-plug and then plug in my chargers, and then I'm fine if I need it. I mean, it's a whole day event, and you can run out of, I don't know, camera batteries, phone batteries, whatever. So electric power is number 2, parking space, then electric power. Number 3, the restrooms. Where are the restrooms? Especially when I've got my team with me, 2 girls, then I need to know where are the restrooms, how to get there, how to get back. If it would be a long walk to the restrooms, I would have to plan it in, that they go on time and that we are back when it's really important. There are certain points when the speakers come from stage and so on, and I need to get them into the media corner. So if there's a long walk to the restrooms, we even have to plan it. But over there, We have restrooms right next to the media corner, so that was fine. I checked it and I could check it off. One thing on my list, which I didn't check today, is changing rooms. Usually I'm working with models and they need to change and they don't want to change in public, at least most of them don't want. This is something I don't need for tomorrow. I'm just photographing speakers and they don't need to change. However, there's a photographer over there, another photographer, who is doing a kind of art project, and for that he might want to photograph some people even nude, maybe even us, maybe even me and Emily or something. If we got time, we will do the fun. And they don't have a changing room, or at least she didn't look for a changing room. But I think, well, it would be a good advice in their case to look for a changing room. Okay, the next thing I didn't check today was a retreat in case of rain, because over there it's an indoor location, so we are not affected by weather, we are not affected by rain. But if I go outside, you know, in good old Germany, it can always start raining, and if I'm on set with, let's say, a model and somebody filming and flashes and everything, then I need to know where's my quickest retreat in case it starts raining, where do we go? So it's on my list, but not for today. The next thing, very important, a place to store my gear. And what we found over there is a lounge. It's a lounge where the speakers of this event prepare and where they have some catering and so on. And over there, they've got some corners where people are watching them, watching the stuff and so on. So there we can place camera gear and don't need to be afraid that it's directly stolen. Otherwise, I would need to take some hard cases and chain them to something, but it's always looking so, how to say that, just not my style. So I try to get, I don't know, a locker or whatever. Lockers we can't have over there, but there's a corner where we can store the gear, and it's just fine over there. Next point. Drinks, foods, snacks, are they available? We checked it today, and yes, there's catering in the lounge for the speakers, and we can go there anytime and drink something, eat something, so that's covered. I will still bring some water, bottled water, and I will still bring some protein bars, just in case, but we know we don't need to bring much because catering is there. So for today, that's checked off as well. Next one wasn't for today. Where's the sun at the time of shooting and where is it going to set? Important for outdoor locations. Today it was about indoors, so no sun over there. Over there I check where is the stage light coming to the speakers when they are on stage. Yeah, so is the light really falling off when they get close to the edge of the stage? Do they get really black eyes over there? Do I better photograph them when they are back on the stage because then they are more in broad light? This kind of things. This is what I checked out today. Some speakers were doing a sound check, so I saw when they're on stage and how the stage light is coming. And I decided on two angles. I mean, the location, the auditorium over there is not very good for photography. That's a pity. You don't have good angles, but at least I know what is the best possible angle when the speaker is on stage. So I know when they're back, not too far in front of the audience, and then from the side, that is probably the best angle. All right, so next one also wasn't applicable for today is, can the models pose conveniently, or is it inconvenient because they are very exposed? Tomorrow it's about speakers, so no model posing, it doesn't matter. Otherwise, I would check, is it too exposed or is the ground really dirty? Do I have to bring something to stand or lay the model on? And so on. So usually it's about posing, today not. Next thing, do we have to care about mosquitoes and bugs? Then I would get bug spray. Yeah, that's no topic for tomorrow. Also the temperature on location, it's also on the checklist for tomorrow. That's fine, it's indoor. Then, is it a public place? Are there viewers or spectators expected? If I do nude shoots outdoor, for example, that's very important because some people don't want their nude photo being taken when others can view that and so on. For tomorrow, not so important, but my media corner where I will do the portraits of the speakers, that's very public and a lot of people are running through there, and I tried to reserve some space for me where at least not so many will walk through, not so many people will walk through. And I asked the organizer over there if they can put some standing tables next to it so that it's a little bit shielded and so on. I mean, yeah, it's a public event and there will be a lot of people, but you know, if a lot of people would run through my images when I take portraits, that would be really distracting. So I cared a little bit about that and arranged it. Then, what permits are required? Do we have all of them? I talked to the organizer, and I don't have a location release yet, but of course, I mean, they invited me as the main photographer, so of course I've got a permit. But tomorrow I will get their signed location release, because if I post the photos on my website or in the magazine or something, then I need a release of that location, because you can clearly see it's this and that location in Cologne. It's called Odysseum. It's kind of adventure museum, or how you want to call it. So it's really, you know it when you see it. And for that I need a release, and I will get that tomorrow. Next point is, can we play music? Not applicable for tomorrow. At regular shooting, if I don't film it, I play music. That's just making a good mood. When I film it, I can't play music because then it would end up on the audio track and I don't have the rights to it, and so on and so on. So usually I would like to have music, but tomorrow on the speakers event, of course, it's not about music. Can we get in conflict with somebody? Next point. This is where I was talking today to the videographers. Yeah, tomorrow there will be a couple of videographers. Today they didn't have their cameras with them, but they were already there. So I said, okay, where are your video cameras? Where are the angles? Basically, where can I move in the auditorium in front of the speakers without being always in front of the videographer? And then he will hate me. Next thing, what are the exact positions for the shooting? Like I said, I have two things. One thing is I will photograph the speakers on stage while they are speaking. Over there, I don't have really good positions, but I know them now and I know where I will go when they're on stage. I have to know all of that to be quick tomorrow. I mean, the speakers are on stage for a maximum of 15 minutes. I have to catch them in moments in which they are expressive, in which they use their hands while talking, in which they are emotional. There are not so many moments in a 15 minutes talk, so I shouldn't miss any of that. So I should be really quick, moving back and forth into the auditorium, into the right positions, out of it, doing some portraits and so on. So the second position is outside the media corner. I did set up a big softbox over there, and it's now standing over there so that tomorrow they don't put anything else into that location. So that is my second position for tomorrow. Next point on this checklist, make some sample photos. I did that, so I figured out what are my settings over there, and usually I would use that to do more planning. If I go on location outside, then I shoot sample photos, and then I know, oh, over there is some green grass, over there are trees, over there's a lake, and so on. And then I can plan the scenes. For tomorrow, that will not happen, because there's anyway not so much I can do over there in this indoor location. But at least I made some sample photos in order to directly know my settings, know what do I need for good light over there. Yeah. Then the last point on the checklist is the location really suitable? This is what I ask myself usually when I do a model shoot on location. For tomorrow, I can't choose it. I mean, I have to live with what it is. It is what it is. Thanks a lot, and like always, I wish you good light.